Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. We're going to try to keep this one brief today, and I think we're going to have a good shot at doing that, Larson, because there's not a lot of news going on. But why don't you start off with whatever it is we have?
Sure. First story, Liv Morgan seems to be a little upset with her employer.
Ooh.
Well, I guess she's not. WWE is an employer, the wrestler, so they're independent contractors.
With one of her clients.
So Liv Morgan took to Twitter late last night to express her frustrations with WWE, editing down her match with Natalya from this week's Raw. So what she had to say, quote, "Thank you for posting photos of what you cut out of my match, I guess. Appreciate it," at WWE, with a couple stills of her getting in some offense. Now, as televised, this match was super short.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much to it. So apparently, according to Liv, they took a match that was longer and edited it down.
Yeah.
Apparently Liv was, there's reports going around that Paul Heyman had plans, ideas, or an idea to push her, to give her a push.
Yeah.
And now that he's no longer executive director of Raw, maybe there's some concern on her part that not only is that proposed push not going to happen, but what little TV time she's getting is getting whittled down to even less.
Well, okay, so there's a couple things at play here. Even if, so like after the match, of course, she was seen backstage with Ruby Riott, and she was very distressed because she's not, she lost her match, and she was like, "Ruby, don't lay into me now. I'm too bummed out." And then Ruby had like a sort of an inquisitive look on her face, kind of like, "Oh, okay." So we're thinking maybe they might get back together. If that's the case, and let's say, creatively speaking, they're like, "Hey, you know what? We've got this match where Liv puts up a good fight. Maybe for her character, that is not the direction we want to head in, because we want her to basically feel like she's reached rock bottom to have this exchange with Ruby." Why wouldn't they tell this to Liv? I mean, even if that's the case, and that's a big stretch, if that's the case, if this is a creative decision, wouldn't they tell Liv that?
Well, you think a company that has their stuff together, yeah, they would do that.
Right.
We've seen countless times, where something important happens, not to a particular wrestler, but potentially to the entire roster, and they don't tell them in advance. For example, the latest COVID test, where a Performance Center trainee tested positive, according to reports, talent found out the same time we all did.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. It's a shame because her offense is really fun. She's getting really good in the ring, and her
finish is really good.
Fun,
It's great. I know she's improved a lot. That dark match we saw when we went to that SmackDown here in town between her and Ember Moon was a lot of fun. You like to think that the editing of this match was a creative decision, and that's just that message wasn't relayed to Liv, or it could be a situation where like, well, Raw's running long. What are we going to cut? And they cut that match.
Can you imagine? It's like if one of Alfred Hitchcock's actors was on Twitter. Like, he just viewed actors as cattle, I think, didn't he? So hopefully, this is a creative decision, and they'll let Liv know so that she doesn't blast them on Twitter, and then something cool will happen with her. But
yeah,
it might be too much to ask for. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
But good for her for standing up for herself.
Heck yes.
She's great. Who else is great? At least I think so. Charlotte Flair. I think she's terrific. Yesterday, we talked about numerous reports that Charlotte was taking some time off, Larson. Maybe to have surgery. Maybe she's just taking a break. Maybe that break is going to last till SummerSlam, or maybe it's going to last till the end of the year, depending on which journalist you believe. Charlotte's father, Ric Flair, was a guest on a recent Wrestling Inc. daily podcast, and he revealed that a TV show might be calling the Queen of Hollywood.
No, Queen to Hollywood.
The Queen to Hollywood. Oh, sorry. Well, there's this Maya.
It's supposed to be May.
Oh, May. Okay.
Sometimes when I'm typing stuff, autocorrect stuff. Sometimes it just says, "Hey, you need to correct this."
I'm like Ron Burgundy, man. I just read whatever you give me. Anyways, the quote is this. Woo! I'm actually hoping that when she finishes her commitments up at SummerSlam or whenever it is, I have no idea when. Woo! I know she has a TV series looking at her, and she's got fitness people wanting to do work with her. I'm saying that I would assume that she's going to do SummerSlam. I'm saying that I hope she goes to the company because she's been actively pursued for a series. I can't give any more than that. I just hope she goes and says, hey, I want to take some time off. Woo!
Well, I mean, if reports be to believe, she has done that.
Yeah.
And if Talk Sport, Alex McCarthy of Talk Sport was the one to report that, there might be some surgery planned in her during the length of hiatus, but also there's some personal time she wanted to take. And I guess with that report in mind, this news from Ric Flair, could that personal time potentially be some acting work?
Yeah,
now, I don't know if Hollywood has been quick to resume production in the midst of pandemic. I don't know. I've really been following stuff that closely. But if it seems like Hollywood's just ready to get back to producing movies and TV shows, right now is a good time for Charlotte to take advantage. She's at the top of her game. She's at the top of WWE's women's divisions. I think at least in WWE's eyes, she's, now that Becky's gone, Charlotte is top star amongst the women's divisions of WWE. So time's right for her to take advantage of all the work she's put in, all the equity she's developed with the fan base, and say it's time to go to Hollywood, do some acting.
Pacific Blue. Remember Pacific
Show's
Blue?
not on anymore, man.
What?
Yeah, I do remember that. That show's not on anymore.
You serious?
Yeah, it probably hasn't been 15 years, man.
It's been longer than that.
Probably.
I wonder how many seasons Pacific Blue lasted.
Shawn Michaels was on an episode once.
I know, in 97 or 98. 98, I think.
98, I think, yeah. After his first retirement, I believe.
Speaking of retirement, you know who's retired just for now, apparently? Sara Logan. Larson, former WWE superstar Sara Logan, posted the following on her Instagram, which would seem to indicate that she may be done with pro wrestling. She said this: "A lot has changed in my life recently, and I have stepped away from wrestling for the foreseeable future. Wrestling is all I've known since I was 17, so it's time I let myself focus on other things and explore other parts of myself. Can't think of a better time than now to step away from wrestling, Larson, because certain aspects of it are certainly a dumpster fire, if you will." There was a rumor, right after the releases, when she was released, that she was going to be brought right back.
Yeah, they're going to bring her right back. Apparently, there was people within WWE who were upset that she was released, and kind of went to bat for her. And there was reports right after the releases that she was going to be brought right back. Like as soon as the Raw after the releases, that she was going to be brought back. Obviously, that didn't happen, and it seems like she's kind of moved on from pro wrestling at this point in her life. The Instagram post where she had this shows her, I'd assume, hunting.
Well, any other assumption would be pretty horrific, because she's holding some sort of sniper rifle. She's on grass with hunting gear on. So assuming
she's got sandbags to steady her rifle. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully she's not playing the most dangerous game, and she's just trying to get some food in her belly. So yeah. Anyways,
there's wrestling on tonight.
She's
NXT.
young. She's super young. She's 23 or something.
Yeah,
she's
something
super
like that.
young. She's been around forever.
There's wrestling on tonight. We got NXT and AEW, so we'll do previews for both. Yeah. First up on NXT, Keith Lee defend against Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano with an opportunity at the NXT title also on the line. Who wins this match?
Keith Lee retains. Wait. I don't know. Gargano. Shoot, I don't know. I don't. So whoever goes on to take on Adam Cole, that match is going to be. You claim that match is probably. You're probably right. It's going to be wonked by what's his face, Karrion Kross. In which case, both guys
match,
keep their titles. Oh, Keith Lee's going to win this then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Keith Lee's going to win this.
Next, Damian Priest squares off with Cameron Grimes. Assuming Damian Priest gets to the Performance Center with because Cameron Grimes slashed his tires last week. So
there's Uber, man. There's Uber. Ubers are still running, aren't they? Man, I went to Winco this morning. Everybody had a mask on because in California, you have to. Also, Bronson Reed gets his wish to face Karrion Kross. Larson, if you had one wish, what would it be? Mine is easy. It's a German chocolate cake with no consequences.
Interesting.
Just the whole thing right now.
Just the whole thing. I mean, I guess for me, it'd be something to benefit the world. But
if they were like, Steve, you want to get rid of the pandemic? Do you want to anybody you want to be president? Nah, German chocolate cake, but I don't gain it, but no calories. AEW is also on. Luchasaurus versus Wardlow. That'll be fun. That'll be cool. That'll be really cool.
FTR versus was going to be Natural Nightmares. They changed the match to FTR versus SCU, and Tony Khan just tweeted about QT Marshall had brief contact with a non-wrestling acquaintance who has since tested positive for COVID. And rather risk bringing QT to our site, our doc asked him to stay home and take a COVID test back in Georgia to protect the rest of us here.
Was somebody coughing in his mouth? What's going on with that? Jeez, man.
I don't know, but that's explains the late change of the match.
Mox in action. Are they going to have him fight
on
a
commentary
jobber?
too?
Oh, that'll be really.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Brandon Cutler versus Mox. I don't know. Brody Lee and Colt Cabana forming a new tag team, maybe at least just for this match, taking on Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela.
Didn't they do a tag team last week too? Brody Lee and Colt Cabana.
We got Santana versus Matt Hardy.
Oh, you got weird all of a sudden.
And then highlights from some Cody. No, you got weird. You froze up. Second time it's happened.
Well, we both got weird because
all right.
It's just the internet.
I guess so.
Did you see that video with Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela?
I have not seen it yet.
It's terrific. It's really cool. It has it's like a buddy cop, but like it has a drive feel. It's really cool. I hope they run it on TV. They have so much stuff that like would add to their television product that they don't run on TV. Hopefully they do that.
I hope
Cody
so too.
Press conference highlights. What the hell?
There's a thing on the official preview for it, but I have no idea what it is. I haven't heard about a Cody press conference.
Jeez.
Something for Fighter Fest. I'm sure it's something he's going to do a press conference. Hager's going to show up. They're going to brawl.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm guessing.
So, yeah, good night of TV on tap. That's
looks
stuff.
like it.
All right. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Tonight, our AEW review will go live for twitch.tv/Steven Larson. So be sure to tune into that. Thanks everybody for paying attention. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. I need my German chocolate cake. Where's my cake?
My goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right.